All right, so this could be used on any time frame, however you choose. Whatever time frame you want. Right now, this time frame I'm going to use the daily. Very simple. As you can see here, this is the TDI. This is the 50 EMA. This is the 200 EMA. This is the 800 EMA. This yellow line is the 5. This is the 13. So this is what I call a quick money strategy. This is only use two strategies. This strategy right here is one I just want to make quick money. It came out the bands here, right? So since it came out the bands there, we'll use this as an example. It came out the bands. Came out the bands here. This is August 3rd. So as it came out the bands here, I scroll down 24 time frames below that. So we're going to use this one since it's closer. So it came out the bands here. 24 time frames from the daily chart is our chart, right? Let's go to our chart. Okay. Here we are. So now I know I'm looking for buys. Period. Point blank period. So when do I start taking my buys? Right? So all of this is happening in this moment. The 800s here, the 200s here, and the 50s here. Whatever is happening in this moment right here, I don't care until this 50 crosses this 200. Once this 50 crosses this 200, until, let me repeat, until this white line crosses this purple line, so the 200 crosses the 800, until that happens, everything is buy season. Everything is buys. Everything is buys until that crosses. So from here to here, we're all buys. It's all buys until that time happens. So since we know that, delete that. This is where I'm gonna find all my entries now. So what's a good entry? You can use whatever indicator you want to use at this point. I mean, you can use the TDI, you can use the stochastic, anything you want to use. But basically, what all you're looking for are buy signals. I use the TDI because it's simple. So since this has crossed, TDI did not come out the bands, no trade. The TDI did come out the bands here. Here's a trade. So since it came out the bands right there, right? Now again, one more time, again, I'm gonna scroll down at least 24. But since I'm on MetaTrader 4, I can't scroll down 24. So I will have to go to the 5 minute chart. Right? So that's November 6th. Let's see if it'll allow me to go to November 6th. Okay, November 6th. Here we are, November 6th. Okay. So here's my entry. Boom. Now it came out the bands here, and only way I'm getting into this trade is when this 50 crosses the two. I'm sorry, when this 5 EMA crosses the 13. So once this crosses that, this is my entry. My entry's here. My stop loss right below that. Right. So it crossed. Now I go back to the hour chart. That's where we would have got in at. And there goes the result. Remember, and now I want to if I want to hold this trade. If I want to hold this trade, I'm holding this trade until the white line crosses So I'm holding this trade. So I'm holding this trade until this white line crosses this 800. All right, so that's right here. So I would have got in here. I would have got out somewhere over here. There go the end of my trade. The reason why you stop once this white line crosses this 800, because now it's getting ready to flip over and go the opposite way. That's really all it's doing. It's starting to flip and go the opposite way. So these two lines mean this is like the first floor. When the 800, the 200, and the 50 are in that order, we're on the first floor. Once it crosses over once the 50 crosses over the 200, we're now on the second floor. And everything you should be looking for are sales until the 200 crosses over the 800, which will be 800, the 200, and the 50. That's it. So as far as entries go, you can use whatever indicator you want for an entry, as long as you know how to use that indicator. Some people don't know how to use the TDI. For example, they will get in when this green line will cross. Some people would get in. Let's say I didn't scroll down the 12 time frames. Some people would get in once this crosses over. That's not a for sure trade. And the reason why that's not a for sure trade, because just because this crosses over here, you don't know if this is going to continue. It's going to cross over and then drop some more. You don't know that. So, but your confirmation trade is when this comes out the bands, this crosses back in the band, and the 5 and the 13 cross. So when the 5 and the 13 cross, you automatically got your trade. That's it. So instead of getting in right here and putting a stop loss down here for 600 something pips, you would have got in here. And now your stop loss is cut in half to only 32. But remember, only reason why it's cut down to only 32 is because we couldn't scroll down 24 time frames. We have to use 12 because MetaTrader 4 don't give us the option of customizing it. Thinkorswim does. So let's go over it again. I went to the daily chart because I wanted to. All I'm looking for on a daily chart, this is the quick money strategy. All I'm looking for on a daily chart is when it comes out the bands. It could be this one. It could be this one. I don't care which direction it comes out the bands, right? So it came out the bands here. But we'll use someone quicker for another example, right? It came out the bands here. That's the 26. I go down to the hour chart. This is 24 time frames below the daily chart. October 26, right? So now, let me delete these lines so it won't confuse you. So here you're on the hour. Here's our section. Our little section right here. We're waiting until the 50 crosses the 200. Okay, the 50 just crossed the 200. So everything in this point now, everything from this point to here is all fair game. It's all fair game. Boom. Here's an entry point because it came out the bands. Entry. Solid. When am I supposed to get out this trade, Serge? When the 200 EMA crosses the 800, which is right here. So from here to here, that's 886 pips. Well, that's 88 pips, period. And that's the quick money strategy. I'll show you the swing trade. I'll show you the swing trade strategy in a different video. But that's it. Quick money. You can go to any time frame. So even if we was on the 4-hour chart, we go to the 4. Even let's do the 4-hour chart. So we can have a clear understanding of that. So even if we was on a 4-hour chart, right? Let's use this one, all right? So this is where we canceled this one on the daily. Let's look at this one, right? So on the 4-hour chart, it came out the bands. it came out the bands right here, right? So this is the area where it came out the bands. I'm gonna scroll down. I can't scroll down 24. I can only do like 16, which is the 15-minute chart. So November 2nd, which is right here. November 2nd. No, no, no. November 2nd. Okay. So this is where we highlighted that it was coming out the bands on the 4-hour chart, right? This is that section. We don't wait to get in. We don't get into a trade going down until the 50 moving average crosses over the 200. Here is where we start getting into trades now. Boom. Now we start getting into trades. So let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So matter of fact, let's make this vertical line. Right? Let's make it even thicker so we know what the hell it is. So from this point on, we're taking all sales. So now when we go check, look, it came out the bands on the top. It crossed. Check. And I'm taking this trade. I'm taking all sales until this 200 crosses the 800. So I could have held that trade. Check. All the way down here. And I don't have to worry about like, man, am I getting in late? I want to get in at the best. I don't have to worry about that at all because it's going to drop. It's going to drop, 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 boom. All the way until this happens. So what I'm saying is that's the safest time to get out the trade. I'm not saying that it's not going to continue going down. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is whatever time frame you choose to get into a trade, whatever time frame you use to get into a trade, you need to scroll at least 12 to 24 time frames below that entry, but below that entry time, well, below the time frame you found a good trade. That's it. And this is the uh, easy money strategy. So like I said, we did it on the daily, we did it on the hour, on the 4-hour. Went from the daily to the hour chart. Went from the 4-hour chart to the 15-minute chart. And this is it. Comes in, boom, it drops. And just take the trade. So honestly, you shouldn't even be trying to get you really should be going for like maybe 50 to 60 pips a trade. You should not be trying to do the most, literally. So when this happens, you would have got out really like right here. This is where you would have got out at. And then it's going until next weekend. This is going into the next weekend right here. So you probably could have got out like right here. Close the trade. I'm done. Whatever. Here's another trade you could have got into right here. You know what I'm saying? You could have got right here. Dropped. Cool. You would have got maybe a little four or something coming in into the next. But this is Sunday, right? But now, see, this crossed the next day. I'm not, there's no more, there's no such thing as, yeah, there's no such thing as buys anymore. I mean, I'm sales. There's no more sales. I'm not looking for any more sales anymore. That's out the question. So I hope you understood it. If you have any questions, just hit me up. No, I'll explain it to you. Very plain and simple. But remember, this is the white line is the 200. That's the 50. That's the 800. And that's just the quick money strategy. I'll go into the swing trade strategy later on into another video. All right, bro. Hope this helps.